Hey everybody, Hugh here with you. So I'm gonna go back to doing a little bit of reading from some writing I did, and this is the stuff that I wrote kind of when I first got out of prison. And I use my real name, and this is the pre-prison stuff. This is the what put me in there. And so we're kind of getting into the stuff that really makes me cringe and feel funny. Um, Surprisingly, this is stuff all happened 20 years ago. Basically, at this point, it's late 2005, going into 2006, so 20 years ago now. And definitely paid a price, went to prison for a few years. But reading this stuff, it's like forbidden knowledge that somehow I shouldn't have had or learned or gained, but did. And makes me feel funny. But I'm obviously choosing to read it to you. I wrote it, lived it, and so with any luck, this is educational and interesting and worthwhile. So we're picking up where we left off a few videos ago. Had some shows and different things going on, and uh, and some different things. Took a few days off of reading from the prison writing stuff, but we're picking up where um, there's the program that I put a little money into called Load, and the Marco Polo character. It's all falling apart, and I kind of saw maybe something of interest that I could maybe try to interest other people in, but I'm hesitant to do it with my real name, so I use the name Benjamin Hughes uh, to go at it. And so the left off with on the Smile Effect forum, I said, "My name is Benjamin Hughes, and I have something to offer." So you're picking up right there. I thought I was being overly cautious by buying a domain name, web host, pirated HYIP's website script, and cell phone under the identity of Benjamin Hughes. For the website stuff, I used PayPal, which was risky but necessary. It felt like an experiment that was part of a larger research project. At least that is what I told myself. If it worked, then I exploited a security breach that giant corporations should be able to defend against. I purchased a reloadable Visa card through an online company branded with the name Benjamin Hughes. That was easy enough, but in order to activate the card, I had to call the company to verify my identity. After a few beeps through the recorded menu, I reached a live human being. "Hello, Visa Account Services. How can I help you?" "Yes, I received a card from my grandmother and I was hoping to activate it." "Certainly. And what is the card number?" I read the digits. "And what is the name on the card?" "Well, that's the problem. My name is Hugh and my middle name is Benjamin, but Grandma always called me Benji, and afraid she is slipping a bit. The card says Benjamin Hughes, and maybe there was some confusion when she ordered the card. Her hearing isn't so good. I'm starting back to school, and she wanted to make sure I've got some extra gas money if I need it. She ordered the card with $50 on it, and I'd hate for that money to go to waste. She's on a fixed income." "I see. Well, I'm not sure if we can. Well, would it be possible to activate the card with all my correct info? I'll be honest, I don't expect to use this over and over, just a couple of tanks of gas at most. I just don't want her money to go to waste or have a big hassle for her to go through. She's up in age these days, I'm afraid." "I understand. Okay, we can go ahead and activate this card for now, and then if you need to use it after the expiration, we can get that one out to you with the correct name." So with a touch of charm, an innocent amount of funds, I was able to verify a fake PayPal account with a legitimate credit card with a name I invented. I was able to purchase a domain name, web host, and pirated HYIP website script from eBay and create everything I needed for the newborn entrepreneur Benjamin Hughes. My website was called printvest.com. It was a tribute to my days as a screen printer. I placed stock photos of sad workers punching a time clock next to smiling couples toasting champagne on a yacht. There were testimonies from satisfied investors. I used to live paycheck to paycheck, on the brink of welfare and food stamps. I burned my furniture for heat in the winters. I drank poison rivers in the summer. I ate garbage and lived like a hobo. Then I found Benjamin Hughes, and he changed my life. Thanks for everything, Benjamin. After the gibberish was a form to fill in your name and email address. My website was littered with lies and promises. I know what it's like to be on the bottom, but I rose to the top, and you can too. I used various font sizes and styles, blocky letters. I taunted the investors and appealed to their insecurities. Tired of spending your best efforts for someone else? Sick of the daily grind in your miserable life? Do you want to smash your alarm clock every Monday morning? That squeal that says, "Wake up! Go work for the man!" Does any of this sound familiar to you? Red letters flashed and scrolled, punctuated by big green dollar signs. If you said yes, then you sound like I used to. My name is Benjamin Hughes, and I'll show you how to be your own boss. Take charge of your future. Live your own dreams. PrintVest boasted a number of my successful ventures. The enterprises were top secret, but very profitable, according to the postings I made on the Smile Effect. Some of the names of these investment programs were Dreamosaurus Rex, Red Gold, and Lucid Life Fund. I leaked some grainy photographs along with rumors as to the actual nature of the businesses. Among them were a steel mill in Latvia, a furniture factory in Sweden, mud plant in Madagascar, a guano mine in Guatemala, and a hemp farm in the Himalayas. The metallurgically inclined were intrigued by the aluminum vein in the Aleutians. The globally illiterate claimed they visited my casino in Laos, right on the ocean. Certain rumors were even more far-fetched. The honeysuckle vineyard that produced one very expensive bottle of wine each year. There was also the report of a sweatshop in Arkansas that made children's clothing from locusts. Business really boomed, only one out of every 13 years. A few made no sense at all, like the company that built homes from live snails. All you have to do is water them daily. My personal favorite was vehicles that run on human power. Never buy another gallon of gasoline. New technology inspired by the bicycle engine industry. One moment. It all might have been my subconscious attempt to ease my conscience. I wasn't ready for anyone with any logic or reason to get caught up in the mess if it all fell apart. At my core, I was still a creator of interesting things, and I considered it more of an art project. I hoped it would generate some money, and I expected to be able to grow the funds as I needed. Whether piggybacking off of someone else, legitimately gambling the money, or getting cold feet and returning it all in time. That would have set me higher than most and might lend some legitimacy to Benjamin Hughes. The problem was that nobody invested much of anything, no matter how hard I promoted it on the Smile Effect. While the content of my site was significantly different than the other standard Forex investor, 50% returns per month, I was still using the same website template that hundreds of scammers were using. Those that did read through the content thought I was just goofing around and didn't bother paying further attention to me. As a result, I received less than $50 in the first 3 weeks. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. That's the dip in the toe into this weird, crazy world. This was the pre-crypto world, 2005, 2006, but so many similarities, so many parallels, and it's not about the technology, it's about just humans. And this was also kind of pre-social media in a major way of what it became a few short years later. And so much of this stuff was driven by people just wanting to interact and have a community with people, even if they were in some kind of bonkers stuff. And keep in mind, the smile effect, that's not the name of the forum, but it's just replacing that. I'm still freaked out about going that route. I'm saying what it actually was, but um, it was a forum where, all right, my phone storage was depleted in the middle of doing that. So the last thing I was going to be saying there was that the smile effect is not the name of the actual forum, but it was a place for people to socially gather. And so this social media driven uh, element of these high yield investment programs mixed with the digital untraceable currency, very similar to crypto and all. It's not a criticism of cryptocurrency. I'm not an anti crypto person. There's a value in maybe 1% of all the cryptocurrencies that exist that will actually probably make the world a better place and work better and actually be more transparent. But anyway, very similar stuff. So I'm a little hesitant to use all the names of everybody. I don't mind using my own, in the capacity of that stuff. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to smush these together here. If you enjoyed it, please do consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. It's free and would help me out a lot. We're getting to the scary things that make me feel a whole lot more uncomfortable talking about than the stuff inside the prison. That's when your consequences were happening, and that was a whole other world, and there's more of that to come. But that stuff is almost like safe and protected a little bit more so than the actual, talking about the things that led me there, and all makes me feel like a weird, strange parallel universe. This stuff happened 20 years ago, but uh, doing a whole lot better now, that's for sure. I appreciate you listening and hearing me babble a bit. I hope it was interesting, and there's more to come. So, y'all take care, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks.